Hey everyone, welcome back to this training. This is the AdBuddy training, and I'm here to show you how to find how to tap into buyer traffic for cheap by being extremely relevant, by finding interests which are extremely relevant, are buyer interests, and that no one else is finding because they're not willing to put in the work. This is a very cool training on how to find low-hanging fruits when it comes to interest to target. So, this is part of the AdBuddy series where I'm going to show you how to create an ad and obviously use AdBuddy to create the ad design and help you creating the ad copy. But you know what's really important? You know, the actual targeting. So let's create a campaign together until we reach the targeting section, and then we are going to really the meat of things. So let's find ourselves a goal. We're going to use conversions. We're going to use conversion pixel of conversion. We're going to call this campaign test for AdBuddy, right? All right. Click through. I'm going to name the ad set test AdBuddy version number 1. Purchase as a conversion event. All right. So here's the thing. When you're running Facebook ads, all right, when most people run Facebook ads, what you would do, let's say our niche is, let's think about jewelry, maybe veterans, football team. Let's think about something. Cats, all right? Cats. People are really passionate about cats. It's trendy. It gets shares. It's a good niche. It's a niche for e-com, obviously, not for, I haven't seen any digital products sold about cats. Maybe how to train your cat or something like that, which also doesn't make sense. I mean, I have a cat and you can train those beasts. You cannot tame them. Let's go with cats. It's a good niche overall. Okay, so what a normal person would do, right? What most people do, and this is where most people struggle. This is where they get really competitive and they pay a lot for very little relevancy and very, very small results. So, all right. So let's say, assuming cats. So let's think about what is the logical age for people who buy cat products. I would go from 18 anyway, and not below, because we don't want to sell anything to people below 18. But normally I would go for most products. I would go from 25 to 54 as the age, because this is where the buyers are. But for this, I would go from 18 to 54. 18 to 54. Okay, yeah, that's where I would go. Pro tip, right? It all depends on the audience for the age, but the pro tip is to go safe and to go from 25 to 54 whenever you can. If it's an audience that you know is more childish like, so you can go down to 18. And if it's niches that you think older people will also buy, and you maybe have data to back that up, then go for 65 as the maximum age. But 25 to 54 is when most people buy, and they're the healthiest buyer audience. And we're gonna go for English language. Countries, let's go for United States, right? Yes, United States, Canada, all the tier 1 countries. Right, we'll go there. Although they all have different buying habits. I don't want to overcomplicate it, alright? Let's keep it just North America for now. So now we have an audience. That's 200 million people. Obviously, if you start selling a cat product, right, on e-commerce or something, or on Shopify or something, then you will not make any money with 200 million people unless you know what you're doing, like really know what you're doing. And there are actually methods out there that go really broad and teach you how to get crazy results with broad audiences, but this is not the one. What we're going to focus on is low-hanging fruit. It's a way to play it safe when it comes to getting really cheap traffic for a really relevant and buying a passionate buyer keyword. So remember, our niche is cats. So now what most people will do is they will start typing in interest about cats that they know of. So for example, you got cats, right? We're going to write cats. 268, 9 million people. Obviously, we'll just add that so it will repopulate more results here. Let's find another one, the happy cats, right? Kitty cats. Cats means no. Kitty cats. Fine. Stay with me. It's not the way we're gonna do that. Hell no. That's what most people do. They go really, really shallow and they end up competing. So cats lovers. Oh, this is perfect, right? So this will basically gives you an idea. Let's go for suggestions. And this gives you an idea right now of people. Okay, so we got cat lover, we love cats. All these, you start adding all these. I love my cats, love cats. You know, we know at this point, okay, all these interests, we know people are passionate about them. Because people say, I love my cats, kitty cats, love cats, the happy cats. These are people who, you know, passionate about cats. But does that mean they buy? Does that mean they really share those things? Does that mean they're super passionate? Because when people buy, when you have buyer interests in place proper, when you only target buyers or as close to buyers as you can, then you know that these buyers probably also share a lot, engage a lot, because those are basically stages before actually buying. So if those are involved buyers in the market, you know that they're also doing the other things, which means you're looking here at really targeted keywords. But how do you know these interests here are buyer interests? You don't, not as it is. So what I will teach you how to do, and it's very simple, but it just takes more time because you go deeper into finding lower hanging fruits, is going for a smaller market, which is also very, very, very targeted and buying. So I just also cancel the expend interest when it may increase conversions at a low price cost per conversion. Do that. I mean, I just started. I used to cancel that, then I started doing it again, and then I canceled it again recently in my retargeting campaigns and stuff, and it just sucks, you know. It just brings you really a ton of irrelevant people. Now, you can use it once again if you know how, if you know your shit, but you probably don't if you're on here, right? You want to succeed. So what you should be doing is canceling that, because we want to go super targeted anyway. So let's get started. So now we have a product about cats we want to promote, and we have our keywords here. So we're going to go to Audience Insights. The tools we're going to use for this one is Audience Insights, Ads Manager, a Google Doc, and a Facebook account. Okay? So we really want to find those low-hanging fruits. So for example, let's take one of those. Okay, kitty cats, I love my cats, cat lovers, the happy cats, I love my cats. This is obviously a way of showing you that this is targeted. Okay, so the age group again, 54, Canada as well. All right, North America, I love my cats interest. We put it here. Now we have an audience of about 100 to 150,000 monthly active people. The gold is in the page likes section. We're going to click on page likes. All right, so now we have all these categories. So before we go here into actually the affinity and stuff, which obviously we need, we're going to start doing research, hardcore research. And let me tell you why. So let's call these the broad interests. Okay, we're going to call them broad, and these are we're going to call targeted interests that we're going to find. Now we are going to go to the money categories. What are money categories? News sites, magazines, and pretty much that's it. Media. Okay, so let's find magazines. News and media. Catnip Times. Okay, news and media website. Catnip Times. Awesome Ocean. Your Daily Dish. Shared Animals. All right, so let's see if how targeted it is. Okay, Catnip Times. Let's go to their about page. What we want to find out here is what this page is all about, because it may recommend this Catnip Times in our ads manager. It may actually recommend that, but doesn't mean it's related. We don't know. We don't know if there are buying people there. Maybe it's just okay. So first off, a good sign you see is shop. Shop. This means they have a shop. If they have a shop, this means they're selling cat-related products. Boom, this means that you have a potential for buyers here, okay? But let's go for the About page. Okay, so their community. Catnip Times. What are they about? Okay, so they're considered a community. So what we wanna achieve here, go back. What we want to achieve here is seeing if there are people who buy, okay? If there are buyers, which we already have a good sign here. What the page is all about. What is the message they're trying to deliver? What are their posts about? What kind of engagement do they get? So they have engagement. That's great. This means people are actively listening and checking out this page and engaging with it. This means that if you target this interest, people will obviously this will be relevant to those people. Amazing Hello Kitty saved the lives of many owners. So we got their colors, photos. All right, seems pretty legit to me. Seems really good. Not the best, not like wow, you know, but definitely there's engagement, and definitely they're selling products. And definitely they're doing events, so there's money being transferred here. The Catnip Times is a great interest. So we're going to take this interest, the Catnip Times. We're going to take this page name, okay? God damn it, come to me. Come to me. Oh! Catnip Times. And we're going to check if it's a targetable interest. If it is, okay, it is. Nice. Nice. So we're going to take this interest and put it here. Catnip Times. Alright? Catnip Times. So what we have here is a more targeted keyword. We don't need those anymore because we already have them here in the broad interest, which we can use to build up our audience. So Catnip Times. Let's put it here. Catnip Times. 600,000 potential people. 230,000 in those age groups and based on the countries that we have and everything. So what we're talking here about is we want to build an audience which is about 1 million, right? For the testing, for the beginning, because we want to see how it responds. We want to build a really targeted audience. Because let's say whatever offer you're promoting, if it sells if it sells well to this targeted audience, you can try and start scaling it to a broader audience. And you'll have some more budget to scale and everything. So you start from you play it safe at the beginning, and only then you start scaling. You don't go into the broad, amazing, huge money, you know, all these audiences. You see all these people out there posting their Facebook ad campaigns and e-com campaigns, and they're like, I made 6 figures just about to scale, yo. And they're doing their posts and everything. That's great, guys. But start small, think big. Play it safe. That's how it works. That's the best way to do that, if you're not an expert. So, moving on. So, interest, Cats 101, I don't like this interest. So, we want to go for the magazines. Okay, magazine. Fully Feline, Modern Cat Magazine, Lost Pinup. Fully Feline. What is this? What is these? Magazine. Magazines are good. Magazines are... let me tell you why. So, magazines are obviously going to be way more targeted when it comes to an audience that engages and buys products, especially in our niche, which is the e-com cat niche, than personal website, which you wouldn't have no idea, or like wildlife sanctuary. It doesn't mean that people buy. It just means that they're passionate about it, and not even that at some cases. So yeah, that doesn't tell us a lot. So Fully Feline magazine. What is it about? Can you open up, please, Mr. Fully Feline? Let's open this in Facebook, alright? It's going to be faster. I actually prefer to use Facebook. I don't know why it keeps opening up a business for me. I just want to see it on Facebook because I'm connected here and I want to see what they're all about. Media company dedicated to cats and the people who love them. Our mission is to enhance the bond. Pet owners. Okay, so magazine, cool. Now let's see what they're posting, if they're selling, and what kind of engagement they have and the audience they have. For area absorbs the savings time. Okay, so we have some engagement. Okay, this is nice. So they post memes. They're active. That is good. They have engagement. Are they selling? Even if they're not selling, it doesn't mean anything, because the fact that it's a magazine-based interest, if it's an interest page, it means that we're talking here about something that people are more likely to buy compared to just a nice website. Okay, so they're not actively posting ads on their page. They may be using dark posts. They may be monetizing in a different way. I would definitely go for this interest if it exists. Okay, fully feline. Fully feline. Does it exist? No, we're gonna check it on Ads Manager. Does it exist? Fully feline. It exists. Alright. So now the audience is gonna be at 290. Nothing much added. This means they're pretty much the same audiences. We want to have a bigger audience, bigger reach. So Modern Cat Magazine. I love this name. This is like tells you a lot. Modern Cat Magazine. Let's open it on Facebook. I know this takes me time because I need to explain, but as you do this more and more and more, you get better. And as you get better, you get faster. And it just becomes really easy. So shop now. Okay, this is great. So their call to action on their magazine is shop now. What does it mean? They want people to buy. They're targeting buyers. They are buyer-based. That is amazing. That is an amazing sign already. And a pretty good audience. Let's see how it stacks up inside. So first off, already, let's see the engagement. I'm already sold because they're selling. Engagement is good. Yeah, great keyword. Now let's hope that it becomes an interest. Okay, boom, awesome. Okay, and 50,000 people added. That's great. So right now, notice we have 340,000 people, which are hell of a lot more targeted than these, and probably easier to target. You know, easier to make money with. A lot, not probably, 100% easier to make money with. So what is this? Lost pinup, not related at all. The Catnip Times we already checked. Awesome Ocean, not related. Your Daily Dish. All right, so you see we're getting all these not super related. You know, it's not, those are not related. So what do we do? We can keep researching with the main bigger keyword that we have, the Catnip Times, and go deeper and deeper and deeper and go into page likes, fully feline, alley cat allies, cats are cool, the Cats Network, Cats 101, tons of kitty cats. We're opening them just to see. Okay, so this is non-profit. Non-profit is not a good sign. Non-profit, not a good sign. Non-profit. If there are too many non-profit, I would check them out and see if it goes a little bit deeper. But non-profit is not always it's not a good place to start with. It's a good place to scale into, but not to start with. Once again, loads. Let's see what they post. Doggies, kitties. Cats 101. How's the engagement? Also, not the no. It's a bad one. Tons of kitty cats. Community. Communities are not the best. If I had to categorize types, it would be like best bets, right? Best buyer for buyers or whatever. It would be like magazines, right? Magazines, media, obviously brands that sell stuff. Then the medium keywords would be like celebrities, celebrities is even worse. So like communities, just, you know, that kind of things. Doesn't mean that people buy, they just engage. And the lowest would be like, you know, celebrities and people who, you know, those kinds of things. Yeah. So I would go for these. This is what we're focusing about. So we have the catnip times. We already have fully feline. Let's take those keywords. And now we have 3 extremely targeted audiences. But let's say we finished researching here the audiences, we couldn't find anything, we want to go deeper into even more targeted. There are 2 things you can do. You can take Modern Cat magazine and put it here. Always put only one at a time, because or else your data will be screwed, and you don't want that. You want really target data. Okay, Cat Planet magazine, Cat Planet, and Animal Wellness magazine. So already we have 2 more magazines. Then media, Love Meow, Caddington Post. So let's see, Cat Planet magazine. Already, you know, magazines you can pretty much, you have to check them out and see some engagement. But there's, okay, they're selling. Okay, great sign. There's engagement, they're selling. Let's see if we can, if it's targetable. Okay, I hope so. Oh yes, God yes, thank you so much. Okay, 400. Okay, 400K. We've already increased that. So Animal Wellness magazine, Peterborough, Ontario. That's Canada. I see there's some supplements here, so they are kind of like selling. They're engaging, and looks pretty decent. I would take a deeper look, but I don't have time. Let's see if it's targetable. It's a verified page. That's great. That's a great sign. Perfect. 460. Boom. Increase suddenly. Okay, Love Meow. Send messages. Media in. So they definitely have a lot of engagement, like a lot of engagement. A lot of engagement. And there are media. So I would go and place it between the full, you know, the most important keywords to, I like it. I like the engagement. I like the amount of engagement. But their community, I would put it. I would definitely put it, because it does feel super relevant, because you see what they're posting on. So it's not the most buyer-based keyword, but it is super relevant, and they have a lot of engagement. 2 million people, increases to 5.6 million people. That doesn't make any sense to me. It can't be that big. If we expand 200 million people, no, it doesn't make any sense to me. Something here doesn't work. Something here doesn't work. I'm going to remove that. Something here doesn't work. Next, the Caddington Post. Anyway, I'll keep doing that. I hope you get the idea. But what we did now is we went even deeper by putting these interests into the audience insights to keep going deeper and deeper. And you just keep putting more and more interest into audience insights, and you build up an audience of about 1 million people to start testing your offer. It obviously depends on the niche. Some niches are really huge and they will have a bigger audience. Some niches are much smaller and they have, like, for example, last year I was running this campaign for 4 months, really profitable on ecom, to sports teams on Australia in some kind of hockey or baseball, some kind of sports they had. They have, I forgot it, NHL, no, not NFL, NHL maybe, or FHL, I forgot. Anyway, and the audiences were, the test audiences were the size of about 60,000 people, and that's okay. They still made money because that's comparable to the bigger size. So that's fine. Anyway, I'll keep doing that, and then once that's over, I'm going to paste it here, and I'm going to build my targeted interest, and I'm going to save that in a doc that I will treasure for the rest of my life as best as I can. And I'm going to keep the broad interest as well, because what happens is we got to all these through this one broad keyword. If we keep putting all these and we keep putting the work and doing research, we can get to really amazing depths, and that is important. Now, depending on how deep you want to go, this will take a lot more time. Sometimes you just hit a wall that's basically lets you know that there are no more super targeted buyer keywords, and you're going to just run the campaign. But why I like doing this is once you're finished, right? Once you're done with these, building that audience, you just put these interests on the side and you use them again and again and again in your niche. And they're go-to interest and they're super targeted. And you have two sections, right? Let's even call it for scaling, right? Broad. So you start with these. So it works like this. You start with these after you finish the research. And you make money with these because they're super targeted and they're super cheap. Because why will it get super cheap traffic? Because you'll be super relevant to this audience, and this audience will engage because they're relevant. So you'll finish with these, and then you'll scale into these. So that's just, it's a foolproof method. You can go for this whenever you want. Then you just keep continue creating your campaign, checking your placements and everything. So I'll give you some more tips. By the way, guys, if you want this method in even better, a shortcut and a software that gets it simpler and a software that finds actual interest like this and saves you a lot of time, and an amazing training by my friend David, you can buy our third upgrade, which is Targeting Academy and Insider. This upgrade costs at the moment $67. The price will increase, but it will allow you to put this on autopilot, get better results, and it's just like a better version of what I'm doing right now. What I'm doing right now is the manual version to keep it simple. And this can, depending how deep you go and how good you are at this could take like 5-10 minutes to find like 2-3 nice keywords and target. Maybe 20 minutes to find all of them, or not all of the easier ones to find, right? Depending on how deep you go, you can really find some amazing gems. But what we have here already it's perfect. It's perfect to get started. 460,000. That's fair, to get started. I would go for 1 mil, but 460,000 is great. And you just keep creating your ad, and that is it. That's how simple it is, my friend. The idea here is to focus on finding buyer keywords, turning them obviously into interest, buying interest, and pay very little for them. In the next video, we're going to show you how to create an ad, the actual ad in terms of the text you want to use and everything. So that's also really, really important, because there are three main pieces of the puzzle, I would say, to making an ad successful. It's the targeting, right? The audience. It's the ad copy, and it's the ad image. So what AdBuddy allows you to do is it takes care completely of the ad image problem and helps you with the ad copy issue. But we're going to go over a video that teaches you how to write ad copy. I'm going to give you some templates so you can get started really fast and crush it for your clients, crush it for yourself, and become a Facebook ads expert ASAP. Thank you so much for watching this. See you in the next video.